into the shadows, unveiling the world's scariest mythical creatures. From frozen wastelands to deep jungles, humanity has always shared its world with stories of the unknown. Join me now if you dare as we explore the shadowy corners of the world and uncover the secrets of the most terrifying mythical creatures ever imagined. Pontianak, the Bloodthirsty Beauty. Our journey begins in the steamy jungles of Southeast Asia, where the Pontianak lurks. This dense, misty jungle bathed in moonlight is the perfect setting for such a sinister entity. This vampiric entity from Malay mythology is often portrayed as a hauntingly beautiful woman with long, flowing black hair. Her appearance is both mesmerizing and terrifying, drawing in unsuspecting victims with her ethereal beauty. Beneath her beauty lies a heart filled with malice and sharp fingernails. These claws are her weapons, ready to tear into the flesh of those who dare to approach her. The Pontianak uses her beauty to seduce men before revealing her true, terrifying nature. She lures them with promises of love and affection, only to transform into a monstrous figure when they are most vulnerable. Those who fall for her ruse meet a gruesome end, their internal organs ripped from their bodies. The jungle becomes their final resting place, a silent witness to the horror that has unfolded. The Pontianak's legend serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows, waiting to prey on the unsuspecting. Amit, Devourer of Souls. In the sun-drenched sands of ancient Egypt, we encounter the fearsome Amit. This creature, steeped in myth and legend, strikes fear into the hearts of those who hear her name. Known as the Devourer of Souls, Amit is a nightmarish fusion of creatures. She embodies the most terrifying aspects of the animal kingdom. She has the head of a crocodile, the front legs of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus. Each part of her form symbolizes a different kind of power and ferocity. In the Hall of Two Truths, a soul's heart is weighed against the feather of Ma'at. This sacred ritual determines the fate of the deceased in the afterlife. If found wanting, Amit devours the heart, condemning the soul to oblivion. This act is not just a punishment, but a complete erasure of one's existence. Amit's role in the Egyptian afterlife is a chilling reminder of the consequences of evil deeds. Her presence serves as a deterrent, urging people to live justly and honorably. The ancient Egyptians believed that living a virtuous life was the only way to avoid the terrifying fate of having one's heart consumed by Amit. This belief in the afterlife and the moral judgment that awaited them was deeply ingrained in their culture and daily lives. Hydra, the many-headed terror. In ancient Greece, we find the Hydra, a monstrous water serpent. The Hydra's multiple heads can unleash venomous death, and its scales shimmer like emeralds. Its most terrifying attribute is its regenerative ability. When one head is severed, two more grow in its place. Its breath is toxic, and even its blood carries a poisonous taint. To face the Hydra was to stare death in the face, a prospect that struck fear into the bravest warriors. Chapter 4. Baba Yaga, the ambiguous guardian of the woods. In Slavic folklore, we encounter Baba Yaga, a wild-haired crone with eyes burning with an otherworldly light. Her appearance is as unsettling as her reputation, with her wild hair and intense gaze that seem to pierce through the very soul of those who dare to look at her. She resides in a hut on chicken legs, a bizarre and magical dwelling that can move and turn at her command. This strange house is often depicted as having a life of its own, adding to the eerie and mystical aura that surrounds Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga travels in a mortar, wielding a pestle, a mode of transportation as unusual as it is terrifying. The sight of her flying through the forest, her long hair trailing behind her, is enough to send shivers down the spine of even the bravest souls. Baba Yaga is a complex figure, capable of both great kindness and unspeakable cruelty. She tests the courage and cunning of those who seek her out, offering aid to the respectful and wrath to the disrespectful. Many tales tell of children and adults alike who approach her hut, seeking her wisdom or her magic, only to find themselves facing trials that test their very character. Baba Yaga is a fearsome guardian of the natural world, a protector of the balance between humanity and nature. Her role is not just that of a witch or a crone, but as a keeper of ancient wisdom and a fierce defender of the forest. She embodies the wild, untamed spirit of nature, reminding us of the delicate balance that must be maintained between human progress and the natural world. Chapter 5. Draugr, the Reanimated Scourge. In the icy plains of Scandinavia, we encounter the Draugr, a fearsome undead creature from Norse mythology. The Draugr is a hulking figure with rotten flesh and eyes burning with malevolent light. These reanimated corpses of Vikings possess supernatural strength and resilience, driven by an insatiable hunger for vengeance. Chapter 6. Alp the Nightmare Weaver. In Germany we find the Alp, a shape-shifting demon that embodies the terror of sleep paralysis. The Alp is a small, grotesque humanoid figure with sharp claws and a twisted grin. It slips unseen into the homes and minds of its victims, feeding on their fear and despair. The Alp is a master of disguise, able to change its form at will, its true nature hidden behind a veil of deception. Chapter 7. Lamashtu, the child-stealing terror. In ancient Mesopotamia, we encounter Lamashtu, a demon goddess who strikes fear into the hearts of mothers. Lamashtu is depicted as a grotesque figure with the head of a lioness and the body of a bird. She craves the life force of newborn babies and young children. Lamashtu lurks in the shadows of homes, waiting to snatch unguarded infants. Her insatiable hunger and terrifying appearance make her a figure of dread in Mesopotamian mythology. Chapter 8. Ushi-Oni, Terror of the Tides. In Japan, we encounter the Ushi-Oni, a monstrous creature embodying the fury of the sea. The Ushi-Oni is a shape-shifting yokai with a terrifying appearance, often depicted with a crab-like body and a bull's head. Its claws can crush a man's skull, and its eyes burn with malevolent light. Chapter 9. Nuckelavee, the Skinless Scourge of the Sea. In Scotland, we find the Nuckelavee, a grotesque fusion of horse and demon. Its flesh is flayed from its bones, revealing pulsating muscles and sinews. The Nuckelavee's breath is a toxic miasma, capable of wilting crops and striking men down with sickness. This creature embodies the rawest, most primal fear of the unknown. Chapter 10. Chimera, the three-headed horror. In ancient Greece, we encounter the chimera, a creature of fire and fury. The chimera has the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and a serpent for a tail. Its roar can shake mountains, and its venomous bite is deadly. The chimera embodies chaos and destruction, a fearsome foe for any hero. Chapter 11. Tokoloshe, the Mischievous Menace. In South Africa, we find the Tokoloshe, a mischievous and malevolent spirit. The Tokoloshe is a small, hairy creature with exaggerated features and a capacity for mischief. Its cunning and unpredictable nature make it a feared figure in South African folklore. Chapter 12. Banshee, the Harbinger of Death. In Ireland we encounter the Banshee, a spectral figure whose cries herald the approach of death. The Banshee is often depicted as a solitary woman with long flowing silver hair and eyes that shimmer with an otherworldly light. Her mournful cries are a chilling reminder of the thin veil between this world and the next. Chapter 13. Manananggal, the Split-Bodied Terror. In the Philippines we find the Manananggal, a vampiric creature with a horrifying ability. The Manananggal can detach its upper torso from its lower body, sprouting bat-like wings. It preys on pregnant women driven by an insatiable thirst for blood. This creature's grotesque transformation and predatory nature make it a figure of terror in Filipino folklore. Chapter 14. Baizi, the Auspicious Beast of Prophecy. In China, we encounter the Baizi, a creature of great auspiciousness and profound knowledge. The Baizi is a majestic white ox with 6 horns and 9 eyes, covered in intricate markings. It is a benevolent being, a symbol of good fortune, prosperity, and divine wisdom. Chapter 15. Chupacabra, the Blood-Draining Enigma. In the Americas we find the Chupacabra, a creature shrouded in mystery and speculation. The Chupacabra is often described as reptilian or canine, with a disturbing appearance. Eyewitness accounts and gruesome discoveries of livestock drained of blood fuel the legend of this enigmatic creature. Outro until we meet again in the shadows. As we conclude our journey, we are reminded that the world is full of wonders, both terrifying and awe-inspiring. These mythical beings captivate our imagination, offering a thrilling escape from the mundane and a glimpse into the boundless possibilities of the supernatural.